Hello? It says I'm live. That's good to know. First, I'd like to say, hey, baby, have I told you lately that I love you? I'm having a drink. It's wine. I'm not drunk. Yeah. Can you hear me? That's very important. If you can't hear me, it's very embarrassing. And I always forget. Yeah, we can put that. Patrick Karuna. Howdy, Larry. Not long now. That's right. Richard Smith. How is hanging up there in the Great White North? It's good. Very good. We've had nice weather the last couple of days, and I've actually gone for walks. I missed today, though. I went for both days I went for like 50-minute walks. So that was 2 days in a row. So I thought I needed a rest. Rick Chambers. Hey, Larry. So is the audio working well? And do I look good? Ken Mac 001. We hear you. That's good. My brother-in-law's name is Ken MacDonald. Isn't that weird? Your name's Ken Mac. Richard Smith. Yeah, good. PJ Vandelay. Happy Saturday, everyone. What are we listening to today? I'm not listening to anything. I usually listen to music at night. Elias Van Whittlewig. Hello, Larry. I'm early today. Have you watched my playlist I made just for you? I worked a lot on it. I even filmed 2 videos for you so far. I haven't heard from you yet. Yes, I did watch them, and thank you very much. Sometimes I don't have time to leave a comment because I get stressed out. YouTube stresses me out, but I did watch them, and I thank you. And I thank you once again for the Focus box set. I have one of the CDs here, I think. I don't. It's not here. It's one of the live CDs. Rick Chambers, we hear you. $5 a glass. That's right. I should. I'm joking, by the way, so don't. But I'm saying for everybody that donates to me, after $60, I'll take a big swig of this wine. And then when I get the next $60, I'll take another swig. And I'm just joking, so don't donate. But somebody does that kind of crap on YouTube. I just drink. I don't need money. Hey, everyone. It's Mary Ann Lockwood. Thank you for being a member, Mary Ann. Frankie Diaz. What up, Larry? I'm doing good. How's it going? Super Things 1, 2, 3. It's going pretty well. I'm in a good mood. Can you imagine, I don't want to do not that I ever really get in really bad moods. I don't. But can you imagine somebody being in a bad mood and doing a live chat? I've actually seen that, though. Mysterious Mr. OCD. Who's your favorite member of the 27 Club? Loving the reviews of the Beatles albums, by the way. Thank you. I just uploaded the Yellow Submarine album today. Favorite member, maybe Jim Morrison. And we welcome to some guy or female on the internet. Great. I like your username. That's good. Crazy Prog 19. Would you consider doing Dire Straits, Larry? I have their box set of all of their albums. I just need to listen to them. I'm going to announce my the next band I'm ranking and reviewing in the series today on this live stream. It's going to be so exciting. And so stay tuned for that. PJ Vandelay. I started off with some Cat Stevens, then Led Zeppelin 2, then some Maiden, then Anthrax. Wow, going from Cat Stevens to Anthrax. That's cool. PJ Vandalay, I'll have a drink for you, my friend. Thank you. Now this, I'd like to describe this wine I'm drinking to you. It's red wine and it's got alcohol in it. It's actually, it's not it's not Jackson Triggs that I usually get. It starts with a P. That's all I remember. Fez Monkey, what you doing for your next rank and reviewed? I'm going to tell you within the next half hour. I'll build up the suspense. It's Julie Medordas. Hey, hey, everyone. Hey, hey, Julie. John Pickstone. How's Jinx? Jinx is over at my chair where I do where I do most of my videos, and then people say, where's Jinx, when she's not there at the chair. And there you can see Mittens. She's sleeping. What a surprise. Big Sky. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Big Sky is in the house. Julie, maybe the wine is... That's it. It's Peller Estates. It was on the tip of my tongue. But it's in my stomach now. That's a good guess. I'm impressed. Fez Monkey, would you do a yes ranked and reviewed? I've already done it, sir. I've done all of their albums. People have asked me, there's 2 other bands that people asked me to do. Black Sabbath was one. I've already done them. So if you're ever curious, just go to my front channel and type in, there's a search button for my channel. Just type in yes, and you'll see all of the videos. Type in drunk, and you'll see dozens of videos. Frederick Ross, greetings from Sweden. Thanks for helping me fall asleep. Thanks for helping me fall asleep through the years. Yes. When people watch my videos, I'm like, it's good for insomnia. Just start watching one of my vlogs and you'll be asleep in no time. Some guy or female on the internet, do an ELO rank and review. I might at some point. I love ELO. Patrick, do you have any autographs? No. I do have Mark Farner from Grand Funk Railroad. I have his autograph, and I did have Pete Best. Yes, I met him, and I had his autograph, but I don't know where it is. See what's up? I guessed it too. Yeah. Who do you think what band, and it is a band, what band do you think I'm going to rank and review next? The first one that guesses it gets a special shout out. Big Sky, I don't suppose you will, but my faves for a rank and review would be Free and The Kinks. I don't have any albums by Free, and I only have a couple by the Kinks, so I don't think I'll mainly rank and review albums that I actually own, or I own most of their discography. Not Aerosmith. Velvet Underground, Ernest 11183, you win absolutely nothing. That's right, I'm ranking and reviewing Andy Warhol. No. The Velvet Underground next. It's going to be 4 videos. I'm not, some people are going to ask me if I'm doing the Squeeze album, which really isn't. It's called, it says it's by the Velvet Underground, but it's just by Doug Ewell. It's basically a Doug Ewell solo album. Plus, I don't own it, so I'm just doing the 4 studio. I'm just doing the 4 studio albums. So it'll be a a short and quick series, but I love the Velvet Underground, and I have no idea how I'm going to rank these. And I did rank all of Lou Reed's albums earlier. That's a good a wine. On my channel, I did a couple. Somebody asked me before if I've done any wine reviews, and I think I've done 2. One of them was for Frisky Beaver. I don't know if it was that video or the other one. And what I did was I seriously filled my glass all the way to the top, and then I took my time and all that, and I guzzled it right down, and I just said, that's a good wine. It's a funny video. John Pickstone, what do you think of the Paul McCartney video, Find My Way? Yeah, I knew somebody would ask me. And in that video, they have, with computer generated whatever, they make the guy look like Paul McCartney. To me personally, it looks like 50% Paul McCartney. And I mean, it's well done, but I just wasn't that impressed with it. I'm sorry. And I like the original version of Find My Way. So overall, I would give the video like a 3 out of 10. Frederick, how is your company Larry's Free Scans going? It's going well. I'm starting it back up, and it will be in some future videos. Douglas Gilbert, I see you watch Just JP. Yeah. Have you seen his site on Van der Graaf Generator? All of us want to know what you think of the band. I've never heard their music, so I should check them out sometime. I would like to actually, I don't know if you would, but I'd like to have Just JP on a live stream. Yeah. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Hi, Larry. Sorry I'm a bit late. I'll let it go this time. Progressive vintage sound. Velvet Underground. Looking forward to it. Yeah. I used to, there was a point where I really didn't care for this album. I never got into it. And now I absolutely love it. I absolutely love Loaded. I absolutely love White Light, White Heat. And of course, this is a classic. So it's going to be probably the most difficult series for me to rank. Mike asks, you drink any whiskey, bourbon, or scotch? No, I just drink wine. I have one glass of wine like that, maybe a bit more, every evening with my dinner. So I'm drinking a bit early. But it's usually the only glass of wine I drink for the day, because I don't want to become an alcoholic. And I do once in a while drink rum and Coke, but not very often. Pleasant Valley Picker CA, hi everyone. Michael Garbett, hello Larry, having a harp beer at Cooper's Pub in Mississauga. Cheers. Tell everyone at Cooper's Pub that Canadian Studmuffin says hey. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. I've never been a fan of beer, and now that I have celiac disease and I have to eat gluten-free, I guess most beers aren't gluten-free, which doesn't matter to me. I'm sounding a little tipsy, and I'm not. I should have had some food, maybe. All right, I'm drunk. Velvet Underground will be interesting. It will. I'm going to enjoy that. So today I uploaded the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. I'm hoping tomorrow to upload Let It Be, and then the final in the Beatles series will be Abbey Road. And also I just did yesterday a video called Bad Grammar, which isn't getting good views. So I'd really appreciate it if some of you out there watch it and have a laugh or two and leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. Your thoughts on the new Yes album, The Quest? I heard a bit of the new song and it sounded good, but I just, I'm such a big John Anderson fan that I'm not gonna ever buy the album. Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, Larry, if you look at the Paul McCartney videos end credits, it's actually a real actor playing young Paul. Well, he did a very good job. And like I said, it did look like 50% like him. Mr. La 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 Elmo, thank you for being a Patreon member. I really appreciate it. Rank Captain Beefheart albums. That might be next. So this Velvet Underground series won't be very long. So at some point this year, I'm ranking Captain Beefheart because I have all of his albums. Guess what? Janet Sampson, better known as Bob, is in the house. I think Bob is one of my top people that comments on my videos. I really do appreciate it, Bob. I almost want to cry, but I won't. Fez Monkey, I know you like short discographies. Would you do AC/DC? No, because I only have like the early AC/DC albums and, you know, Back in Black and their latest one, which is really good, but it wouldn't be that interesting for me to rank them all. Plus I don't have most of their albums, but they're a great band. Pleasant Valley Picker, I liked the video. Thought it was fun and Beck's music was enjoyable, upbeat, fun. Cool. Spilia 4, Trudeau is destroying this country. I don't talk about politics, but, you know, you can have your say. I can let you say Trudeau is destroying this country and get that out there to the public. Did you know that Trudeau is destroying this country? There you go. Pleasant Valley Picker CA, we have a troll there. He was making political comments, timed him out. Okay, thank you. That's good. He can come back, and as long as he's not, you know, I don't mind one comment about politics, but it gets silly. This is a music-related and comedy-related, sometimes comedy. Sometimes I can be really funny. And that's all, you know, just a nice conversation with people. Jake, just got here. Love your channel, Larry. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, Jake I. Thank you very much, Jake I. We have a Stones fan in the house. Do you have any albums by the band War? No, I don't. But I like their music. Julie, personally, I think it should be $90. Sip of wine, maybe increase it each stream. Oh my God, that is a great idea. Okay, everybody. Every time, you know, the people donate money to this live stream, I'm joking, by the way, don't. Every time people donate to this live stream, when it reaches, let's go for $100. We'll keep it at 100. Every time people donate $100, I will take a sip of wine. Thank you. Marianne Lockwood, this is a political free zone, thank goodness. Yeah, I don't, I've made the mistake in the past on Facebook of posting a couple political kind of jokes and people get angry, people unfriend me, people slug me, so I don't bother. Janet Sampson, how about reviewing Paul McCartney albums? I've ranked and reviewed every single Paul McCartney album, Bob. Remember? I'm not being funny. You might have forgotten, but yeah, I already ranked all of his discography. I'm not trying to be obnoxious. People think I'm obnoxious sometimes, and I'm not. I don't think I am. I'm just being silly. I used to At the end of some of my videos a couple of years ago, I'd pretend that I thought the camera was off, and then I'd say, I'd insult my viewers and say something like bunch of losers, and I'd shut off the camera, and then I'd receive a comment like WTF question mark. You know, people don't realize I'm just being silly. Larry, what's the most underrated David Bowie album in your opinion? I would say, is it Earthling? Earthling? The electro kind of one. I love that album. I think it's really underrated. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. I don't like to time folks out, but politics is not what this chat is about. It's mainly music and fun. That's right. And don't time out anyone. Well, and also time out anyone who tries to be funnier than me. Okay? Remember that. Because I get jealous. Marianne Lockwood. Larry's done that. You can find it on his channel. That's right. I think Bob will remember once he... Rafa. I know you're a big rock fan, but are there any other genres of music you like to listen to? Yeah. I love some old country. I like jazz rock, acoustic, classical music. I don't have any, but, you know, I would enjoy listening to it. I'm pretty open. And, you know, like different genres in rock, like heavy metal, not so much heavy metal, but heavier music like Motorhead and Black Sabbath. And then to the other extreme, stuff like Randy Newman, I like too. I forgot, Larry, what's your favorite Bowie album? I think on my ranking series, I had Black Star as number one, and it still is. Some guy or female on the internet. Rank and review every George Harrison album. I don't think I will, because I don't have all of his albums, and there's just certain ones that I really love, and then the other ones I'm not as interested in. Stones fan, have you heard the new song from Fleet Foxes called Can I Believe You? It's really good. No, I haven't. Not yet. Yeah. But thank you for timing people out that are either rude or, you know, like the politics comment didn't bother me at all. But if he had continued, then it would. District TM, rank these three. Tony Visconti, Quincy Jones, and Brian Eno. I would go Tony Visconti because of his work with David Bowie and Sparks. And then Brian Eno for his work with Talking Heads. And of course, he was in Roxy Music. And Quincy Jones, you know, last, but of course, he did great work, especially with Michael Jackson. Phantom Spirit on. Would you ever consider doing a ranking and review for an artist you may have given up on in the past? Yeah. Well, I don't know. It would depend how many albums the group had. Like U2, I wouldn't, because I used to be a big fan, and they have so many albums. But Christophe Pearce, is French expensive in Canada? Now, I don't know if you're saying a joke or you're being serious, but I would say French is expensive in Canada. Deuce 76. If you had to pick the best year of the Beatles, which would it be? Oh. If I had to pick one year, it would be the later years. I guess I would say 1968. You know, the Beatles' White Album and the singles, Hey Jude, Revolution, Lady Madonna. Mike S., what do you think of Linda Ronstadt? Very talented, and I want to see her documentary at some point. Fez Monkey, would you do the band ranked and reviewed? I love the band. I have their first I think their first 4 albums, but I'm not interested in the later albums, so I doubt it. Oh, so, okay. Is French wine expensive in Canada? I'm not sure. I'm not really a wine expert, but maybe somebody else could answer that question. Compared to the States, though, wine is expensive. I usually get a box of wine, and I think that's like maybe 4 small bottles, and it's like between $30 and $40. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Larry, have you listened to the band Manic Street Preachers? They just put out a new video of a song for their new album coming out in September. I've listened to them in the past. There's one particular album, that has Everything Must Go on it, that I was really impressed with. Jake I. Would you do a rank and review of Fleetwood Mac from Peter Green Fleetwood era to the more mainstream lineup? Now Play On from the early years is one of my favorite Fleetwood records. I doubt I would, because I don't own any of their earlier albums. But Fleetwood Mac is awesome. Yeah, it's a really good song. 46 and 2. What's your top 5 songwriters? Off the top of my head, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, Lou Reed, Ron Mayle of Sparks, and maybe John Anderson from Yes. Even though with his lyrics, you can't understand most of what he's writing. Phantom Spiridon. If you had to give 3 artists for a young music fan to look into, who would they be from any genre, by the way? Sparks. Wire. I'm thinking of lesser known bands. Wire, Sparks, and the Undertones. There you go. Douglas Gilbert. I think it's a great idea to have just JP and Doug Helvering on live stream with you. I'm not sure who Doug Helvering is, but I'm open to having them on. James Paschal. Larry, been a while since I've checked out your channel. Hope you're doing well, but I thought of a question in your opinion. What band do you feel is the most overrated? I always say Guns N' Roses. But if you're a fan of Guns N' Roses, don't be offended. It's just my opinion. No, I'm not going to review and rank all of the Rolling Stones albums. I don't own all of them. I own maybe a third of them. And I'm not a big fan of all of their earlier music. You know, the really early years. Stones fan, do you like Dave Matthews Band? I've never gotten into them. Fresno user, are you married? No, I'm not married. I have a girlfriend. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. My favorite album by Manic Street Preachers is Send Away the Tigers. It's an excellent hard rocking album with great guitar work. I highly recommend it. Cool. Duran Duran fan. Hungry like the wolf. I love that song, but otherwise, yeah, they're good, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. Here's the answer. Julie. French. Do my professional voice. French wine in Canada is basically the same as other countries. A range of reasonable to expensive, but good French champagne is costly. That was very professional. Thank you, Julie. I didn't know that. I don't even know what French wine is. I'll have to buy it sometime. James Paschal. Sorry if my question pops up twice. Seems like it got lost in the other comments. No problem. I'm an easygoing guy. It's like easy. I think a Stones ranked and reviewed would be neat as a follow-up to the Beatles. It would be exhausting. And like I said, when I do these rank and reviews, I want to own at least most of the band or artist discography. Godzilla from Daily Wire. Yo, what's up, bro? Hello, Godzilla from Daily Wire. I like your username. 46 and 2. Do you own pet? I need a drink. Just a second. I'll answer 2 questions. Yes, I own pets. And yes, I do own pet sounds. I need to calm down a bit. Bob just asked me, worst band name, best band name. The worst band name. That is a really good question, Bob. I'll say for best band name, I love ZZ Top, because in any, if you have a CD collection and you put them in order, ZZ Top is always going to be at the end of everything. The worst band name, that's a good, what do you people out there think is the worst band name? And then maybe I'll agree with somebody. Vito C. Do you like Dear Prudence cover by Sio? I don't know how you say her name. And the Banshees. I know who they are though. Yeah, very awesome cover. And they also did an excellent cover of Sparks. This Town Ain't Big Enough for Both of Us. Favorite 3 songs from the Faces. Including the earlier years, Happy Town, what's that one? I forget at the moment. Happy Town, it's from Ogden's Nut Gone Flake, and then Stay With Me, obviously, and then Debris from one of their albums. Pookie Bear, I like your username. Are you excited for the Get Back series? Yes, I am very excited. Just a second here. Okay, no problem. Just tell me, please. You don't have to say please, but you're very polite to say it. Just tell me. What is your favorite album by the Stones? Just tell me. It would be between Sticky Fingers and Some Girls. David Arthur, hey Larry, Graves buddy. Hey David. Jake, I never got into Ozzy's solo career at all. I'm a big Ozzy fan when he was in Black Sabbath, but I just never followed his solo career. 46 and 2, do you own De Guello by, if that's how you pronounce it, by ZZ Top? Yes, I do. I have their box set, which goes all the way up to, I think, Recycler. I could do at some point a rank and review of most of the ZZ Top albums. Puddle of Mud, yeah. Worst band name, Puddle of Mud. Ladies and gentlemen, Puddle of Mud. I don't know if that would be the worst, but it's not a great name. Hey, man. They're all drinking and they're thinking of a band name. Hey, man, what about... I'll get some wine here. Hey, man, what about Puddle of Mud? And then everybody else is drunk. Yeah, Puddle of Mud. Vito C, have you listened to Release the Sunshine by the Folk Lords? No, I haven't. Julie, worst band name, Platinum Blonde. That is pretty bad, because I think they all I don't think they were all actually blonde. There were 3 members. They all had blonde hair. But I really don't, I think they must have, once again, they're all drunk. And they're saying, what about platinum blonde, man? And the guy said, yeah, but I don't have blonde hair. You can dye it, dude. Right? Yeah, I love this. Let me know some other bad group names, and I'll pick a winner. John Pickstone, worst band name: Anderson, Bruford, Wakeman, Howe. Gee, they really thought about that. Yeah, that's pretty bad, actually. But I guess it's letting people know that Chris Squire wasn't in the band. Mathis Carrier Levesky. Do you like some music made by Supertramp? Yes, I do. And I own Crime of the Century, one of the best albums from the 70s. Hey, I made somebody laugh. That's good to know. Stones fan, what celebrity death hit you the hardest? It'd be John Lennon, and then David Bowie. Adiox5, favorite Beatles solo album? I would say there's so many. Between John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band and Paul McCartney's Ram, and maybe Paul McCartney's Chaos and Creation in the Backyard. And then up there too, of course, is George Harrison's All Things Must Pass. Godzilla from Daily Wire, do you like any modern rock bands? Not any that I can think of, but on Patreon, I have a Patreon site, and I listen to a lot of bands I've never heard of before that are modern, I guess, and I really do enjoy some of the music. Budgie. Bob, that's a good one, Budgie. That sounds like such an exciting band, right? Yeah. Thank you, Douglas Gilbert. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you, David. Ooh. Worst band name, Papa Roach. Lived in an apartment with roaches once. Hate the damn things, yuck. Yeah, Papa Roach doesn't sound too appetizing. Another band name that I really love, because it's so short and simple, and I love the band, is Yes. It's positive, it's very short, it's good for a logo. Pookie Bear, honestly, The Who is kind of a lame band name, to be honest. I like that myself. I also like the Guess Who. But yeah. "46 and 2. Which do you prefer, Pet Sounds or music from Big Pink?" I would say Pet Sounds. I need to listen to music from Big Pink more. My favorite album by the band at the moment is actually Cahoots. Cherry Poppin' Daddies. Also up their name with bad names. Oh my God. They were really drunk. And they were probably smoking something really funny. Cherry Poppin' Daddies, man. Yeah, that's a good one. D Steel 27 just says no. To yes, I get it. Jake Hyde, Larry, do you like Chicago? Yeah, I like some of their early stuff, and I own their first couple of albums, and I love their song "Feeling Stronger Every Day," or "Feeling Drunker Every Day." Yeah, Yes is a brilliant band name. Yeah. Yeah, Pookie Bear, Boston, like why? You're just copying Chicago. Yeah, there's Boston, and then there's Europe. I'm surprised there was never a popular band named like New York, right? But there's a few bands named after a city or something like that. Corey Williams, Chilliwack, yeah, great Canadian band. I don't know what the meaning is behind that name though. Yeah, that's a good one, Bob. Bebop Deluxe, and they're a good band too. Do you enjoy the White Stripes? Yep, I own their greatest hits. TanMac 43. When discussing worst band names, Hoobastank has got to be part of the conversation. That might be, at least for me right now, that is the worst one. There's some pretty bad ones people have mentioned. But Hoobastank, they must really stink. Oh yeah, Chilliwack, BC. So that makes sense. It's not too bad of a band name. Yeah, UK, yeah. Stones fans, could you do ranking for a certain band for a set time period? No, I don't think I would do that because people would be complaining. Sometimes people complain on my channel. I know it's hard to believe, but I can't satisfy everyone. But I like early Elton John, and I like a lot of the Rolling Stones albums. Oh, this is a good question. Going for the One or Tales from Topographic Oceans by Yes. I would say Tales from Topographic Oceans because there's just more music on it. But I love both basically the same. Yeah. I've got the winner. This is number one. It's number one. Thank you all. You can still tell me bad group names, but this is the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, bad band name, Limp Bizkit. You have to wonder how that conversation started to get to the band's name. That is the worst. And I mean, they're a bad band. If you're a fan, I apologize. But would you seriously want to be in a band called Limp Bizkit? Baconberry. Larry, you had me, but I never had you. Oh, thank you. Chilliwack is a town in the Fraser Valley here in BC, Larry. The members were from there. It was their hometown. Yeah, that's good. Chilliwack is not part of the worst band names list. Jake I, what's your favorite Tom Petty song and record? There's so many. Favorite Tom Petty song would be... There's too many to list. Anything, basically any song from his greatest hits. And my favorite record, I didn't own any of his albums. I'm more of a, for him, I just have his double CD. Anything by him is great. Nope. I already said no to AC/DC in case you weren't on earlier, because I don't have enough of their albums. I only own their earlier stuff. And Van Halen, I really don't have any interest in. I'm not really a big Van Halen fan, except for their debut. Pookie Bear. Imagine there was a band called California. LOL, yeah. D Steel 27. Never thought of ranking Beatles movies. I think I have done a video on their movies. I don't know if I ranked them. But that might be a good one. Janet Sampson, the Dave Clark 5 is a crappy name. They should have been the Mike Smith 5. Yeah. Mike Smith was awesome. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They must have been smoking something strong when they came up with Limp Bizkit. And what does biscuit? Well, I guess it's biscuit, but they want to be cool and spell it wrong. Worst and best. Worst and best name at the same time. I like that name, Plastic Ono Band. Personally, I think it's a cool a cool name. What is your favorite Ramones song? Anything from their first album. So I would say Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World, and Blitzkrieg Bop. Or there's so many. Beat on the Brat. Stones fan, favorite Bruce Springsteen song? I have many. Born to Run would be up there. And then, what's that really slow one that was in that really popular movie? I can't, you know what I mean, though. It was about the guy that got AIDS or something. I love that song. I really like Tom Petty's song, Good to Be King. Such a cool song, and the video was amazing. Yeah, great song. Where is she? Fresno user. I don't know. She must not be here. Yeah, Shakes. LOL on Shakes. Yeah, the Shakes. I have their CD, by the way. It's hard to dance to. Jake I, what's your favorite early Kiss record, Larry? I only own one Kiss album, and it's the only one I really have always loved. So it's their debut album. Streets of Philadelphia. Thank you. See What's Up. I love that song too. Another good one. Julie, Toad the Wet Sprocket. They were heavily into the LSD when they thought of that one. They must have seen like in the clouds. It's like, hey man, that looks like Toad the Wet Sprocket. It's just bad, right? You also wonder with a band how, like, all the band would have to approve the name, and they go, yeah, Toad the Wet. You can't even say it, like, it doesn't even flow. Toad the Wet Sprocket. Making me mad. I want to drink. By the way, I'm just, again, saying next in my series for ranking, in case you showed up late, is I'm doing a ranking on the Velvet Underground. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. I was lucky enough to see Tom Petty twice in the early 90s. Once with the Heartbreakers and once solo. He was excellent both times, of course. Such a loss when he passed. Hit me almost as hard as Bowie. Yeah. One of the greatest. One of the greats. Least favorite Canadian band. I was going to say Platinum Blonde. But they're okay. Least favorite Canadian band that's well known? I don't know. I don't want to say that. I'm Canadian. I want to support my fellow Canadians. Yeah, I know what Steely Dan means. I won't say what it means. Bob, Dirk and the Dominoes is a great name. Yeah. And it doesn't, of course, Eric Clapton was in the band, and it's cool that it wasn't like Eric and the Dominoes, right? Yeah, I love this. Yeah. This is, this makes it for, instead of you guys just asking me the same questions over and over, I don't mind, right? But I get a lot of what's your favorite movie, and so picking something like this, and then everybody's included too, and that's fun. and fighting off a tiny fly. Kajagoogoo, yeah, that's a bad one. The Butthole Surfers has to be in the worst 5. I should do a video sometime on that. Thanks, guys, for bringing this up. Tanmac 43, the Butthole Surfers. 46 and 2. Space Hog is a rather interesting band name. I like that. It sounds like a kind of like Hawkwind. Lucas Page, I would like to form a band. Do you think there's any chance to become popular by playing rock inspired by Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, etc. in this pop rap time? Yeah. If you're talented and you love classic rock music, I'd go for it. Yeah, I already answered that question before. In case you weren't here, I love Supertramp, especially their album Crimes of the Century. And Nickelback, I forgot. That's right, Nickelback is my least favorite band. Are you watching the Olympics? No, I'm doing a live stream right now. Stones fan. No, I don't really have any interest in the Olympics, and I really don't. I question them actually holding them right now with everything that's going on, but I don't want to get into politics. I just want to get into some more wine. The Rolling Beach Beatles. That's a good one, Bob. Name 3 Swedish bands. I can't. Besides ABBA. Analog Kid, where do you sit with the new Yes song? I heard a bit of it, and it sounded good. But like I said, I don't really support them. I'm more of a John Anderson fan. But if you enjoy it, like I said, it sounds good. But I'd rather listen to old Yes or John Anderson. D Steel 27, useful questions. What color is an orange? How tall is a 6-foot man? The second one is trick question. I need more wine. Eric, could you do a top 25 of your all-time favorite albums? And bad band names, Hootie and the Blowfish. That's another really good one. Yeah. Les Gherkins de la Plage. The Ruddles looked up to them. Analog Kid, I love Rush. One of the best bands in the world, very talented. Man, sometimes it's dude. Man, what do you actually think about modern music? There's nothing wrong with modern music. It's just I prefer, well, some modern music, but I'm just an old guy that likes music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and maybe a tiny bit in the 90s. For you young people, like if you're in your 20s, 40 years from now, you're not going to like the music that's current then, for the most part. You're going to love what you loved when you were younger. Trust me. Daryl Humber, what are your 3 favorite bands from the 90s? Middens is waking up. That's hard to say. I don't know. Middens is getting up. I'm not trying to ignore your question. It's just difficult. You know, I'd have to see a big list of 90s bands, and then I'd pick my favorites. I love Smashing Pumpkins recently more than I did back in the 90s. I will say that. No, I don't have any interest in Guns N' Roses. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. Martha and the Muffins. I kind of like that name, though, Bob. because the main singer, I think her name was Martha, maybe it wasn't, in the Muffins. It would have been better as Martha and the Studmuffins. I like when the people's analog kid. Where do you sit? I sit in a chair. Where do you sit with the new Maiden track? I haven't heard it, Analog Kid. Do you like Pearl Jam? Yeah. See what's up. I like their early stuff. Yeah, I did. Ken V's is a very nice name. I understand they're a punk band, but as far as music goes, the golden age was the 60s through the 80s. The talent of the musicians was incredible then. Yeah. Martin, are you sad Freddie Mercury died? I'm so sad. I wish he could be alive. Of course. I'm just waiting for more questions. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and drink. I think if I did miss anybody's question, I apologize. I do try and do everybody's questions. Yeah. Here's a question at last from Vazio, and thank you for being a member. Become a member today for only $2 a month. You get my latest uploads at least an hour early or up to a day early. And then there's like 150 videos for members only from my past. Become a member today. How's it going? It's going great. Thank you, Vazio. Vazio. Is it Vazio? I'm going to say Vazio. Patrick Karuna. Larry, if you had a band, what would you name it? I'd have to think about that one. Yeah. That's a good question. Maybe I'll incorporate it in my worst band names video. I like the name Middens for a band. Jinx isn't bad either. Jinx is actually a good band name. It's short. Yeah, I like that. I love Max Webster. Great Canadian band. Squirrel nut zippers. That would hurt. That's all I know. Ken Macko. You a bit early. I'm not a bit early, Derek. You're a bit late. I said I was having my video chat at 3 p.m. You are 1 hour late. I'm going to let it go this time, Derek. What's for dinner, Julie? Well, I'm going to make chicken stir fry with chicken, obviously, vegetables, and rice. I think everybody asks me on almost every live chat, what's for dinner and what's your favorite movie? I don't mind you asking either. I'm not making fun of you, honest. Just don't ask me what I'm having for breakfast. Yep, you got it right. Yeah. Yeah, I was never a big Police fan though, John. But I mean, they're great. I love some of their songs, but I never really got into their albums. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Larry, I just have to ask. I'm sorry, I'm not taking any more questions right now. When is the Dylan covers album coming out? Still waiting with anticipation. Yes, and on the album will include Led Zeppelin. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. That's one of the songs on the album. Strange. I'm 18 and I hate modern music. Lucas, it's like nothing compared to music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I agree with you. Martin, do you remember how you did the review of Queen All Songs book? I want to buy it. If you didn't do the video, I don't know where the book is. It's on. I got it from Amazon, and it's called Queen All the Songs. I believe that's the title, and it's really excellent. So it's well worth getting. Where do I sit with the Tragically Hip? I love the Tragically Hip. Awesome band. (46&2) favorite music movie besides the Beatles ones. I would say This Is Spinal Tap. And also, I forget the name of the movie, but the one with Christopher Guest, he did Waiting for Guffman. And it's the one that was on like Bluegrass. I love that movie too. Phil Collins fan. Yes, but mainly just in the Genesis era. So when you doing George, huh? When? Please do Georgie next. No, Derek. No. Oh, Vazio, that's a simple question. It's the Ruddles. They're the originators. And the Beatles tried to just copy them. Bacon Berry, will you write a Larry Graves chronicle similar to Walter McKay's infamous writings? I don't know about his infamous writings. I used to write when I was younger, though. I wrote a lot of poetry. Quite a bit of it was serious. And I think I wrote one story. But Patrick, Dylan covering Grand Funk Railroad would be cool. Everybody, listen to me. As I'm getting closer to my home. Vazio, he agrees. Yeah, I had Glenn from the Basement and his nephew, the young guy. I forget his name at the moment. I always forget it. But they were over and I gave them a lot of CDs and all that. And it's cool that I think he's like 18 and he's right into the same stuff I am into, and his uncle. Sorry, Glenn's nephew was here too. Jack's Stereo Experience. There, I remember. And he's a young guy and he's into the Beatles. It's his favorite band and it's cool. John Pickstone, who is your favorite band that you've seen live? Paul McCartney and Sparks. Evan, Big Chungus has voted you out as the sussy imposter. Well, thank you, and that's great to know. Cussed Jidding, Derek. Martin, I'm listening to Aha, Modern Talking, Queen, and Rick Astley. Cool. Bud Dylan covering Lou Reed. Daryl Humber, do you watch the stand-up comedy specials on Netflix? Any favorites? I'm not really a stand-up comedian kind of guy, but that Bo Burnham? He's a stand-up comedian, and he did that special, and it was excellent. So I like unique comedians, not just comedians that get up on stage and tell jokes. Yeah, Jack. Good kid. Favorite Beatles song, So solo song that nobody knows. I would say one that's not as well known as others. Okay, for George Harrison, I would say Beautiful Girl. For John Lennon, I would say Meat City. For Paul McCartney, I would say trying to think. Oh Woman, Oh Why. Yeah, great music stays great. Doesn't matter what year it was recorded. I agree. Yeah, some people will, younger people will say, you got to listen to modern music. And it's like, no, I don't, because I've got so much music from the past 50 years that I don't even have time to listen to. But I'm not saying there's no good modern music. Bob Dylan covered Devo. When a problem comes around, you must whip it. What's your favorite Michael Jackson album? It would be I think I would go with Thriller. Have you ever been targeted by the Sartans group? I've heard they are quite scary. No, nobody's targeted me as of yet. I don't even know what that means. Yep, I watched Live Aid when it was live. Yep. Yeah, George Carlin, yeah. I'm not saying I don't like any stand-up comedians, but yeah, George Carlin was great. Steve Martin, Martin Short, of course. Andy Kaufman. Bacon Berry, are you on Instagram? Yes, I am, under the really weird username, Canadian Studmuffin. Yeah. Yeah, there's some people that think Ian Anderson his name is actually Jethro, or at least they used to. A Dylan Does Devo album would be a classic. Yeah. Can you imagine that? I mean, Bob Dylan would probably do anything. I love Bob Dylan, by the way, and Devo. Yeah, Bob Dylan covers the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. Derek, which would be a better McCartney compilation? I saw your comment, Derek. Between the 2 CD edition of Pure McCartney or Wingspan. I would say Pure McCartney. Gamma Storm, are you familiar with the works of the now famous Rat King? No. Michael Levinson sailed across the sea in a blooming car. I didn't know that. I like your username default. Okay, I need to go. Bye. Excited for new video. Thank you, Martin. Yes, I uploaded my review and ranking for Yellow Submarine. It's on my front channel now. And tomorrow I'll be doing Let It Be. And also check out my new comedy video, Bad Grammar. It's on my front channel. Yeah, the best comedians make themselves the brunt of the joke. Yeah. Although I will say Don Rickles, he's one of my favorites from the past, and he made fun of everybody else. But, people sometimes took him seriously, but he was just being funny. Did you ever go on a trip to Quebec? No, I haven't. Not yet. Jordan Vale, I love your videos. Thank you very much, Jordan. I really appreciate it. It's always nice when people compliment me. People sometimes don't compliment me. Sometimes I get nasty comments, but most comments are really nice, and I appreciate them. Yeah, Dylan doesn't sound like that anymore. Vazio, if you could be reincarnated as a member of any band, who would it be? I wouldn't want to be. I want to be myself. I like myself. And you, You should like yourself too and not want to be a member of a band that has passed on. Have been enjoying your Beatles reviews, Larry. Thank you very much. Thank you. And Default. Ooh. Gamma Storm, what is your opinion on the... You're just trying to make me say things. Pedestriation of Norwich City Centre. I don't know. I need a drink. Looking forward to your review of Abbey Road, such an amazing album. And I'm not sure yet which is going to be number one. I don't know. I know it's going to be between two albums. Ooh, I went to Expo 67 in Montreal. I remember that. I never went, of course, but I remember that. What is your opinion on something you know nothing about? Not reasonable to ask questions like that. What is your opinion on something you know nothing about? That is a deep question. What is your opinion on something you know nothing about? That's like a political question. You should ask any politician. So I don't know how to answer that. You got me. Mikhail Bashar, hello. I want Revolver to be remixed by Giles Martin. Yeah, that would be cool. Can you imagine Tomorrow Never Knows being remixed? I mean, it sounds great already, though. In fact, nowadays, Dylan sounds constipated. Is there any artist from any era that you'd wish you'd seen live apart from the obvious? I would say The Who. Ron, do you like Alice in Chains? I never really got into their music, but I did one of their songs on my Patreon channel, and I really liked it. I gave it a really good rating. Analog Kid, is Revolver your favorite Beatles record? No, but it's still a great record. Is Historical Recollector, very good username. Hey, Larry, what's your opinion on the fusion scene, such as people like Return to Forever and Jean-Luc Ponty? Also, what's your opinion on the Ice Bridge, new Yes track? Some people have asked me that about the new Yes track, and I heard it. It sounds great, but I have no interest in them. I'm more of a fan of the Yes years with John Anderson. And I've never really heard Return to Forever. I love the violinist's work with Frank Zappa. That's all I know of him. And yeah, that's about it for fusion, I think. But I could get into it. I'd say if I know nothing about something, I couldn't have an opinion. Yeah, but there are people out there that think they know it all. I won't mention any names. You might know who I'm thinking about. Do you think Humphrey should resurface? Did he fall down? Yeah, I saw that. It was okay. It was okay. That's all I'll say about the Paul McCartney video. Do you like the Cranberries? Some of their songs that I've heard, I did like, yeah. Saw The Who in the late 80s. Excellent, of course. What's your favorite Kinks song? I answered that on Facebook recently on somebody's post. I would say right up there would be Autumn Almanac. Actually, Derek, they left out 3 John Lennon songs on that album. I'm Only Sleeping and And Your Bird Can Sing. And what was the other one? I'm Only Sleeping. And Your Bird Can Sing. And there was one other one. I can't think of it at the moment. What is your favorite version of Across the Universe? I love all three versions. You know, I know John wasn't really happy with any of the recordings, but any of them, you know, I can't pick a favorite. Pink Johnson, is that Rolling Stone magazine cover with you real? If it is, how did you get there? It's not real. Actually, I did that about 5 years ago, and my youngest son was over one day, and I had the whole magazine with that on the cover on my coffee table, you know, and he looks down and for a split second, he was a little confused because for a second there, he thought his dad was really famous. Yeah. For no one. No, that was on the American version of Revolver. But there was one other John Lennon song that isn't on the US version of Revolver. There was I'm Only Sleeping wasn't on the US version of Revolver. And Your Bird Can Sing. Dr. Robert. That's the third song that wasn't on the US. Yeah, Dr. Robert. What's your fave magazine? I would say Mojo magazine, and also Record Collector. Fazio. What do you think of the Sgt. Pepper movie from '78? It's pretty bad. I was thinking of actually buying it, though. Maybe do a review. Oh, yeah. I got it, Derek. I got it. What albums would you personally call profound, musically or lyrically, and what albums happened to change your life? Well, obviously the Beatles album for changing my life. Sparks Came Over My House. But profound, I would say a lot of the Yes music with John Anderson. And John Anderson's solo career, it just gets to me spiritually, I guess. Johnny Cash with the man Comes Around, Volume 4, I think it is. It always gets to me. And some other ones. Hey, I just said that. Larry, would you consider doing a Smashing Pumpkins album review? I think I did do one when I got their second latest album. Maybe I didn't do a review, but I was saying how much I really love the album. Yeah. What are you missing the most since COVID? I miss of course, besides my girlfriend, who I have seen, but just going out with friends, which we can do now. That's going to probably happen soon. Just going out to a restaurant and sitting in the restaurant with friends. Favorite John Anderson, solo song, I would say is Song of Seven. Do you like Aftermath from 1966 by the Rolling Stones? Yep. Do you have all the original Beatles records? No, I don't. No. I think I have, Pleasant. I think I have heard a bit of John Cale's solo work, Paris 1919. And I've liked what I've heard. Yeah. I probably have heard some of that album at some point. Hooters. I guess it'd be okay if it was a female band, but it'd be kind of like like Bachman Turner Overdrive, right? That's like a macho name, and they're heavy guys. Can you imagine Bachman Turner Overdrive? No, not Bachman Turner Overdrive. Let's call ourselves the Hooters. Uh, that's funny. I need a drink. Let me read this one. I need to take my time reading this one and soaking it in. The Hoff. You are so talented as an individual. Just want to soak it in for a minute. Thank you, the Hoff. Thank you, the Hoff. That's very nice of you to say. But I'm not talented in a group. Is what he's saying. When there's other people around, it's like, no, there's other people that are more talented. Ron Brajkovic. What's the farthest west have you been? There's east. East is, what's west? I seriously get, I know there's north and south. That's easy. West is this way. Unless you're looking the other way. West and east is over there where Nova Scotia is and all that. So west is going towards Saskatchewan and all that. So I've been all the way to Saskatchewan. It's getting warm in here. Would anybody be offended if I take off my shirt? I know I would. Do you tend to like the US or UK versions of albums better? The UK versions. Where do you stand on jazz music? I usually stand closer to the right side of jazz music. I like jazz. I just did a review on my Patreon for a John Coltrane track, and I gave it an A+. And I love, I have the I can't say it, the Monachany Orchestra, and the early Frank Zappa albums from the 70s, like Hot Rats and all that, I really love. Vazio, do you like any of the Stooges songs? Yeah. I want to get at some point their first two albums. Yeah, UK by far. The Breeders are pretty good. I actually know their bases. Cool. That's cool. Oh, I got to soak this one in. Some comments I just need to. Janet Sampson. You are the best there has ever been. Thank you, Bob. No, but everybody out there, I'm going to get serious because I've had some wine. Everybody out there, every one of you, sometimes, you don't believe in yourself or whatever, or people say things that get you down. I need more wine. No, but you've got to believe in yourself. I've had my own struggles through the years and, lack of confidence, believe it or not. And, you just have to believe in yourself and like yourself. Sometimes I don't like myself. That's not fun. But I've been liking myself more the last few years. I'm going to cry now. I need more wine. No, but, I know I have a lot of younger viewers, and I just want to say it's going to be okay. You're going to have your ups and downs. But just remember, when you have your downs, you're going to go back up. Okay? So just stay strong. Trust me, the Canadian Studmuffin, that things will get better. Freddie, I prefer How the West Was Won, but they're both great. Yeah. Is there any truth to the rumor that the Who? I can't stop thinking of that band's name now. Is there any truth to the rumor that the Hooters next tour will be them appearing at the restaurant chain locations? The Hoff. Have you ever listened to the Flying Burrito Brothers? Just a tiny bit of their music. I'm actually rewatching a documentary on Keith Richards on Netflix, and he's talking about the Burrito Brothers. Lucas Page, I really enjoy your Beatles rank and review. I just still wonder who's your favorite Beatle. Well, during the Beatles years, my favorite was John Lennon, and now, of course, it's Paul McCartney, because sadly, John Lennon hasn't been with us for over 40 years, or it might be John Lennon. Derek, I watched a video by TJR where a woman said that McCartney was angry during the recording of All My Guitar Gently Weeps because she said he was playing the bass angry. Yeah. Don't believe everything you read. It might be true, right? But unless it comes right from McCartney, like, yeah, I was angry on that song, it might not be true. Vazio, my dad got me Joe's Garage Acts 1, 2, and 3 for my birthday. That's great. When it came out as the volume 1 was a single. And then a few months later was volume 2 with parts 2 and 3. And I always loved part 1 more than the other two. But in time, I love, you just have to take your time with it. I think you'll love the whole album. Eric, why is it when you rank Beatles albums, and though Paul McCartney is your favorite artist, you like the Lennon songs even more? Because I like the Lennon songs even more. Yeah, A Day in the Life, which, Paul McCartney was part of, so it's really a Paul McCartney song too. And then Strawberry Fields Forever and I Am the Walrus are probably my 3 favorite Beatles songs, but that doesn't mean I don't like the Paul McCartney songs. George, Larry, do you have any opinions on ABBA and the Bee Gees, especially given how much both artists drew influence from the Beatles? I like ABBA's music. I don't think I would ever own any of it, but they were talented. And the Bee Gees, I love the Bee Gees. I love their early work, and I even love their music from the 70s and 80s. Very, very, very talented. Pleasant Valley Pickersea. I'm the same age as you, Larry. Totally get what you are saying. Life has its ups and downs and can be very hard. Still, I feel blessed every day I wake up and have another day to do something great. Yeah. When I've gone through bad times, I've had people say to me, on Facebook or whatever, it's going to get better. And, and at the time you're thinking, it's kind of like, shut up, like go away. Like, you don't know how I feel. But they're being, what they mean is true. It will get better. So just, every, you have a really bad day. It sucks. The next day, it might suck. The next week, it might suck. But it will get better. Patrick, if you were forced only to listen to one band only forever, who would it be? The Beatles. Derek Roberts, it was on a documentary called McCartney 321, which I can't watch here in Mexico. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a very good documentary. I don't remember Paul saying he was angry, though, Derek. I think he was joking, actually. Yeah, now that I remember, he was joking, Derek. He was joking. So there you go. That's how, rumors or things are spread through the internet, and they're really not true. Historical recollector. Do you find the material contained on Plastic Ono Band to match up to that of the Beatles? No, I wouldn't say it does, but I mean, it's still amazing music. I don't think anything overall matches up to the Beatles. Do you like the Yardbirds? Yep. If John didn't die, do you think the Beatles would have performed at Live Aid? I don't know. I'm just joking, Freddie. Yeah, that would have been kind of cool, wouldn't it? Oh, boy. If you had to listen to only one song over and over and over again, 24 hours a day for the rest of your life, would you smash the speakers? Yes, I would. Wouldn't matter what song it is. Bob. Paul McCartney is my favorite Beatle, but as you know, Larry, my favorite Beatles song is Nowhere Man, a John Lennon song. I like that. I like that Bob brings up Nowhere Man in every live chat. It makes me happy because Nowhere Man is a friggin' great song. Vazio, what's your favorite Beatles song that was covered by another artist? Well, my favorite cover version, I'll kind of change maybe that's not the right answer, but my favorite cover version that a band has done for a Beatles song is Yes doing Every Little Thing, because they totally made it their own. And also Sparks did a cover version of I Want to Hold Your Hand, and it's totally different from the Beatles version. They slowed it down and it's really schmaltzy, and I don't know if they did it as a joke or not, but they did a great job. Yeah, Lucy in the Sky by Elton John. Historical recollector, Larry, whenever you go through hard times, remember the words, I get up, I get down. Yeah, that's why I think John Anderson's lyrics can get to me. I know he does, there's a lot of hokiness maybe in some of his lyrics. He goes a little overboard with the lovey-dovey, but he's sincere, and that's what I get out of it. He's always sincere. And I've cried listening to John Anderson songs and Nickelback songs. Lucas Page, what was it like to live in the 60s what was it like to live in the 60s or 70s? I don't remember. No, it was great. That's where I soaked up most of the music that I still love today. Yeah, tomorrow never knows. Yeah. Vazio. Oops, I meant Lucy in the Sky by Elton. Yeah. Yeah, I did read the first volume, John. Yeah. Who do you decide which letter you're going to put on an album when you rate them A plus? Like when do you... Yeah, that's difficult to do, right? I just have to... I don't take the ratings as seriously as some people do, but I just try and be honest. And like if it's an A plus, it means I have no issues with the album. I absolutely love the whole album. Well, thank you for the $5 super chat, Lindsay. Thank you. You are awesome. Penny Jordan and I love your videos. My daughter Penny loves your faces. I'll do a face for you. I'll do 2 faces. And that's it. Jordan wants to know, Oasis or Blur? Well, if I had to pick, I'm not a big fan of either band, but if I like their music, it's not that I don't like it, but I would go with Oasis. Oh, this is going to be a loaded question. Potentially, George. But do you think John Deacon was right to retire from Queen once they finished Made in Heaven, whilst Brian and Roger continued on? Yeah, I don't blame him. I think he was pretty heartbroken because I think him and Freddie were really close friends. And I don't have any issue with Brian and Roger carrying on the Queen name. The new front guy does a great job. You do what you do. Did you ride a bike with a banana seat in the 60s? Those were painful. I tell any bicycle seat was painful. I think they still are. That's why I walk funny even today. Favorite folk artist besides Bob Dylan? Mine is Cat Stevens. I don't think Randy Newman would be considered folk, but he's in that kind of genre. Or maybe Paul Simon. Paul Simon, maybe? Yeah, Paul Simon. Julie, she's still here. Useless fact. I have bit the inside of my lip several times today. That's a hard day. I hate when that happens. Yeah, I sometimes, once in a while, it's usually the side of the mouth. Usually when I'm really eating pizza too fast or I'm drinking too much wine. But that hurts. Wow, several times. You should only do it once. Oh, Darling by Robin Gibb of the DJs is my second favorite cover. That's a nice cover. Sorry, I've got neck issues and I just do this and then I drink some wine. That's my last glass, my first and last glass of the day. Unless somebody sends me a $100 super chat. I'm just joking. Don't. Okay, Pleasant Valley Pickersea. Lucas Page, the 60s and 70s were awesome. Hard to explain if you weren't there. Yeah. See, the younger people, I don't blame them though, right? You know. Happy Taurus. I heard there isn't hula in Canada or something along the lines, but have you somehow still seen the new McCartney miniseries with Rick Rubin? Yes, I have. I have Disney Plus, and I think Disney Plus sometimes shows some programs from Hulu, and Paul McCartney was one of them. Lucas, have you ever played some music instrument? I've got a guitar, but I can't play it because I have no talent. I might end this. Yeah, I'll end this at least in the next 20 minutes or less. But I want to thank everybody that's shown up and asked questions. I really appreciate it. And remember, I'm not making fun of anybody ever. I get silly sometimes, but I appreciate it. And where am I going with this? There is something else. I need more wine. Oh yeah, and if you can like the video, I would really appreciate it. Supposedly that helps the channel. Opinion on Humble Pie. I love Humble Pie. I have most of their albums. I was a big Humble Pie fan in the 70s. Rockin' the Fillmore, Smokin', their earlier albums. Yeah. It was a good time to be alive. My tongue keeps getting in my way. Yeah, I know. My tongue keeps getting in my way. I have that problem too. What Springsteen albums do you have, Larry? I only have Born to Run, but I want to get a remastered version of Tunnel of Love because it's one of my all-time favorite albums. It's very romantic. I cry every time I hear it. I don't know, Derek. I think there was a lot of cocaine back when they were making that music, so maybe they didn't even know that the White Album existed. Historical Recollector. I really like your username. Larry, you have changed me since I first watched you with the review of Past Masters. This account used to be named Music Addict, and I credited your influence when I could. Always anticipate streams. Thank you very much. Yep. do you like Gordon Lightfoot? I watched the reaction channel Alex and Andy, and just yesterday they did a song reaction to the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And I think they gave it, well, you'd have to watch the video, but they really enjoyed the song. Sundown, I should get my guitar. Sundown, you better take care. D Steel 27, can you sing Henry VIII by Hermit's Forest? Oh, come on. Nobody wants to hear me sing I'm Henry VIII. I'm Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. I got married to the girl next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone was a Henry. The things I do for money, I tell you. Favorite 70s movie? I would say, excuse me, I would say Deliverance. That's the one that came to my mind. Yeah, they're great albums. Yeah, Bob, I remember you saying that. You saw Humble Pie at Varsity Stadium with Black Sabbath. I preferred Humble Pie. Yeah, yep. And Alex and Andy are great. They sure are. Yep, just JP. But Larry, you're the best. There's no one like you. There is no one like me, that's for sure. Yeah, that's the other, I don't want to get all serious again, but I just want to say the other thing I've learned getting older is to just be I'm myself here. This is me. Not all of you might like me, but I'm being me. This is me. This is the real me. And you should be you. Don't try and put on airs for other people, and, just be yourself. All you young people out there, and all you old people out there. And don't worry about what others think of you as much, because I used to worry. Believe it or not, I used to really worry about what people think of me. But not everybody is going to like you. Get used to it. Well done. Yeah, Deliverance is a darn scary movie. Burt Reynolds' greatest performance, yeah. I've told the story before, I think, but I lent it to a young friend that I worked with at McKesson, Will. He's in his mid-20s, and I lent it to him. And of course, it's got that one pretty bad sing with, squeal like a pig. And so the next day he gave me the movie back, and he was kind of laughing about that scene. And I was saying to Will, that wasn't a comedy video. But yeah, it was a really good movie. I haven't heard too much of the Black Keys yet, just a little bit. I think Let It Be is a very underrated album. What do you think? You'll find out tomorrow when I review and rank it on my channel. Mike Bass. Or is it Bass? I always say Bass and Bass. He looks a lot like Paul McCartney. What a coincidence. I loved your recent White Album thumbnail. You fit seamlessly. Thank you. I just noticed that your glasses are exactly like mine. Oh, time for new glasses. Yeah, I actually have 2 pairs of glasses. These are for, the computer mainly, and these are the ones I wear. Where am I? These are the ones I wear out. I like these more, actually, but I wear these out when I'm driving or going out or whatever. I think these suit me better. I look a lot classier. Do you like goth rock band Him? Is their lyrics focus on heartbreak, self-loathing, feeling, and love romance? Jack of Blades 515. I think I just did that video reaction for you on Patreon, and I really liked that. I didn't know they were goth rock, but I really enjoyed it. I don't, people label genres, and it's just music to me. Yeah, The Omen was a really good. I'm not really into scary movies, horror movies, mainly because they don't scare me. But The Exorcist was a good one. Halloween, I saw in the theater, the original one. That was scary. And The Omen was great. And the Nickelback documentary I saw, that was scary. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got another pair. Just 1 second. Hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. That was Molly. She just called me. But it didn't, sometimes it doesn't connect. I don't know why. So I should leave. I should leave in like now. Uh, Tubular Bells. I want to listen to that. The Deer Hunter. So thank you, everybody, for visiting, for dropping by. I love you all. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, D Steel 27. Thank you, Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Thank you, Best Buddy Production. He's late. Janet Sampson, better known as Bob. Tunes Done by One. D Steel 27. Vazio. Jake I. Mike Bass. Thank you all. Patrick, thank you. George, thank you. This was really enjoyable. I always say that, but I mean it. What else? Yeah. Will Hall never answered my question twice. He's devastated. Will Hall, try to find your. I don't want you to be devastated, but I don't see it here, Will. There's always somebody I disappoint. Lucas, thank you very much. Oh, I should show them. Do. Mike S, thank you. George, thank you. Patrick, thank you. Bob, thank you. Pleasant Valley Picker, thank you. Will, I'm sorry I never answered your question. Lucas, bye. Derek, bye. D Steel 27, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye.